guys, we're back on Mark's car. We got a bunch of parts, pieces. As you can see, I got all this stuff down here. Got to throw in a brake booster. I've also got all these parts right here. So for the exhaust system and some couplings for the intercooler. Here is the 3.5 inch for the exhaust. And here's his 4-inch muffler. And over here, I still need to get some more straights. I use siliconeintakes.com for my aluminum because it's nice and thick. Vibrant is way too thin. And if you're doing exhaust, I suggest either CX Racing, you can get those on eBay, or Silicone Intakes. But also, Silicone Intakes aluminum is thick enough to where if you're using it for intercooler piping, it will not crush. We have a lot of problems with really thin intercooler piping crushing under the T-bolt clamps. Let's see if I can find. Okay, check it out. So check this out. This is Vibrant aluminum, really thin aluminum, but this is what the T-bolt clamp does. See that? So it's kind of hard to prevent boost leaks when you got the clamp itself crushing the pipe. So I use this silicone intakes. And see, it's nice and thick. I mean, in comparison, I mean, it's not crazy different, but it's just enough to actually work. So, but here is his intercooler piping. Here is some exhaust pieces because we're doing 4-inch aluminum. This is more of his exhaust and intercooler pieces here. They didn't have any 2-foot straight 4 inches, so I got these 1 inches, but they roll a bead on the thing, so I get to cut all those off. That'll be awesome. But probably gonna wait on the exhaust until I can get some more straights. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna go ahead and go for it now. So I also first time am going to do a flux connector for this this system, so we don't have any issue. The aluminum, I do notice, since it does grow under heat and then constricts or contracts, it tends to break the mounts off. So when you have the mounts down underneath for the exhaust hangers and stuff, if you got the exhaust really tight, which you got to with 4-inch because it just barely fits underneath the car, it tends to break the mounts off. So you got to weld them really good. I got a bunch of mounts and stuff, so I'll show you as that goes. But starting back on the car. So the other thing too is here is the header. Here is the new clamp for it. As you can tell, it kind of fits, so I'm gonna have to grind this out and try to make this not a step anymore inside here. And then I got to figure out, I'm gonna tack this on and then see if it hangs the turbo a little too low, which will only be about 1/2 inch or so, or I'm gonna have to cut all of this off and then bring this mount down, in line, kind of like, but seeing as how it's such a size different, I mean, it fits almost perfectly there. But there's this turbo. We're eliminating this, so don't need this anymore. I'm going with a ARC 2 box, Dynatech ARC 2 boxes, and they work really well for ignition loss systems. So we'll be doing the coil unplug plate with Chrysler 300M coils. I got a whole bunch of those, and we're gonna build it all ourselves. But here we go. So we're going to try to get this thing done so that way come springtime he'll get his car and then he can have it tuned. We're going to try, I got a Haltech for it, so we're going to try like the Dickens to get this thing rolling. But the other thing too, I'll show you guys later, is this is my harness. So what I want to do is I kind of want to clean up this area right here, run all that underneath the intake and up to the injectors here, so that way it's kind of hidden. I'm trying to make this car as clean as I can get it. As clean as I can get it, so he has something to be proud of. But yeah, I mean, here we go. Yeah, look at that intercooler. Holy moly, that is a 5-inch. That's a nice core right there. And that bad boy is a monster. We're going to see if this will help with the restriction. I have on my car, I have a 4.5-inch intercooler. It's a nice Garrett core, but we're stuck at like 46, 48 pounds of boost. It hardly ever hits 51 pounds of boost, and this turbo is capable of well over that. So we're going to see if this intercooler will snub some of that flow, or not snub some of that flow and allow this thing to do what it needs to do. So here we go, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and get rolling on some intercooler piping, and I'm going to do the charge pipe. So we're going to go from right here up and around, and then up through right here, and then right in with some 3-inch, you know, right in, and then do our 90 in. And yeah, I'm going to do the upper intercooler pipe. I'm going to try to make it as short route as possible, which you gotta, when you're building this stuff, you gotta account for this, because this is your mount for this. So yeah, you gotta account for all this stuff. So this right here kind of gets in the way, so when you come up, you kind of have to put your angle like right here, you know. So you do like a 30 degree, 45 degree, and then going in to this bad boy, man, this is I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit just so I can push the pipe right up against the actual inside, because we want these two to damn near touch, so I have as much room as possible to, you know, to clear everything, because we're gonna have a catch can. We're not doing a catch can here. I'm gonna build my catch can right here like I have on a couple of my other cars, so I'll show you how that's done, and that'll cover up this nightmare, because I mean, if you look at that, that is kind of a conglomeration of crap. So what I'm going to end up doing, I don't know, I guess we'll see how it is, but I get a lot of aluminum. I'm thinking about maybe building a couple of the catch cans and seeing if, you know, anybody else wants one just to sell them. I mean, they're quite a bit of work, so they're going to be like, you know, a couple $100, maybe even $3, you know, and then everybody's going to have to figure out, you know, which AN fittings they want. If we're going to do, you know, 110 AN, 36 AN, you know, it'll be like an order kind of thing. So I will probably start selling them, but we'll see, you know, that'll be later on. But right now, let's get started on this bad boy. Let's get to cracking. Do is I'm going to use some HVAC duct tape, and I'm going to use that to make basically temporary welds. You know, I'm going to tape the two pieces of pipe together, so that way I can build it all in one piece, and then afterwards go back, pull a little tape back, throw a tack on there. Yeah, so figure out where I want it here, because I'm going to have to go up and over right there, and then that'll leave my catch can kind of open. So what we do, there we go. Now that I got it where I want it, I'm going to come up probably right about here. I'm going to have to move that wire. I'm going to lay it down over the motor there. But what I want to do is come up and then shoot that way. I'm going to kind of round this guy, and that hopefully will allow me to come into the intake. But I think this is a good position for that right there. Yep. Okay, so I'll lay this wire down over here in the front. Just get it out of my way. I'm going to fix all this right here. This wire is kind of really messed up, so I wonder if I can retape that one and then bring my 45 work a little bit better. I think that's what I might do. Retape that, bend it over just a hair further. Just a hair further. Let's see what we got here. I like doing this because you see, I can adjust it a little bit and then tape it. Alright, so we're going to make a cut right there. We're going to try to take this straight in and give her plenty. Going to give her plenty. Heck yeah. Alright, this will be fun. Let's get this in there. Shove it in there all the way. Spin it. Let's see what we got. Come on, bitch. Come on. There we go. Right there. Look at that. Damn, that is... That's nice and tight right there. Look at that. Nice. Boom. Got a little bit of a gap on one side, but I can deal with that. Boom! That's nice. That's nice right there. Look at that. That is as tight as tight can get right there. Yeah, that thing wouldn't be fun putting in as one piece, I'll say that. How shall we mount the blow-off valve? We want to mount it right here. Mount it right here. No, because that's going to kind of get in the way of that. I'll probably end up mounting it back here. That'll probably be where we mount it, right back there. I mean, I could mount it on the side here, but I also could mount it right here. But with the catch can being right there, it's definitely going to fucking kind of be in the way there. So if I mount it back here, right by that weld, it still puts me well underneath the hood. I think we're just going to go straight up right there. Alright, we're done tacking. I'm going to do a test fit. Make sure she still fits in there nice. And then we'll do our welds, and I'll make my line where I'm cutting. So, right there, we got about 1/4 of an inch or so, and our fit is on the money. On the monies. Yep, I think that's going to be perfect. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, we got plenty. This thing's going to be tits on a Ritz, because everything goes better on a Ritz. Heck yeah, no, this is nice. Well, I'm going to throw down some beads, get this all welded up, throw some little beads on the end here for, you know, the couplings so they won't slide. Same there. And then I'm going to work on the blow-off valve, and yeah, we'll be good. All right, welded on. Look at that. Got it all ground out. Use the die grinder. Look at that. Upper intercooler pipe, Dunskies. So, I know the intake isn't on all the way, but this thing's going to be taken apart and put back together multiple times. Look at that. Wow. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Look at that O-ring. Make sure your O-ring's on there. Sometimes it's actually good to throw that bad boy on there. If this thing's been sitting for a while, you're going to have to open this thing up, or you take this apart and you actually actuate it. This O-ring will stick to the base of this, and when you go to start it up, it won't blow off. It'll be stuck. Because with big cams, you're not going to pull enough vacuum to force this thing open. So what I did is I just used a socket in my vise with a rag, pushed it open, threw a little WD-40 in there to kind of lube up this O-ring. Good to go now. This aluminum clamp can be kind of a pain in the ass. There we go. So, this flat side goes in this one. So the head of the Allen bolt will sit on it nice and flush. Boom. And then the one with the two sides that doesn't have the flat goes on this side. That is how you build an upper intercooler pipe. So there's going to be a lot of welding, a lot of building, a lot of fabricating on this car. So guys are along for the journey. So here we go. Yay. So till the next time, we got the upper intercooler pipe done. Everything's kind of fabbed up. Motor's in permanently, but the intake isn't actually on permanently. Just going through and doing all that before I actually do the final, you know. So heck yeah, we're golden. It's looking good. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.